welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. I am still here with the amazing Paige Ryan, who I still didn't get the 411 on her name, and why I learned in between breaks that is not her real name, it's her fake name, but we're not going to do that. You know why? Because maybe she'll come back. Okay. So we'll talk about her name next time. Okay. I got to butter up a little bit because Taylor is just itching to be on camera. He can't stand that I have this much time and he doesn't. He wants to, he hates me. He does not.
One of those statements is true.
He's kidding, Paige. I know. We're going to play a game with Paige. Okay. And this is, I don't know if game's the right word. I bought her books, and in the back of each chapter of her first book, Paige has these really deep questions. And I thought, what if Taylor asked us the questions and we have to answer? So we're ready.
We're ready. Okay.
Paige did not know this. I don't know the questions. I literally screenshotted them and sent them to Taylor. I don't know which ones he's going to ask.
Well, I say this every time I'm with a group of women. There's no deep thinking allowed in this.
Okay. Just answer.
No rapid fire. This is rapid fire.
Rapid fire. This is what we're doing. Okay. Are you ladies ready?
Yeah, we're born ready.
List 5 at we'll start.
Wait, how do we win though? How do we win the game?
Yeah.
I will decide the winner based on whatever criteria I have in my head.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe we could be on a team together and like work together.
Can we form an alliance?
Another thing I usually do is pit 2 women against each other and see who wins.
I only do that if it's arm wrestling, just so you know. I never do that in cerebral challenges, just so you know.
I do that with pillow fighting. Go ahead, Taylor.
All right. List 5. We'll start with Paige. List 5 attributes or short phrases that describe the house you grew up in.
Oh gosh. Ooh. Okay. Colonial. Proper. Trying real hard. Stencils. Can we be country? That's.
So you grew up in the South in like the 1790s?
First of all, if my parents were watching, they'd be heartbroken. So mom and dad, lovely, colonial, but also country sometimes, and lots of blue. So cleaned up.
Lots of blue. Yeah. Blue and white was in for a while. I thought you said
lots of blow. I was like, wow.
That's another Kardashians.
Just in case my parents are watching, I just wanted to let everyone know.
Blue. Good gracious.
All right, Olivia. All
right. My house, I had 2 that I'm going to think of. Tutor. One was a tutor. One had lots of land. Both were just very homey. Like apparently you're supposed to say traditional, I guess. Like there wasn't like a decor sense. It was family pictures or like things that we got on trips. You know what I mean? There wasn't like a theme. It smelled like boy because I had 3 brothers.
I'm sure it's on my house.
Especially the game room constantly smelled like a brother. I don't know. And I would say less of toys. There was a lot of toys everywhere, like a ton. Yeah. I don't know if that works. All right, Taylor, we're ready. How'd we do?
Liv won that one.
How'd we do?
Liv won that one.
Yeah. No, Paige is winning. Okay.
Ow,
Paige has had a better life thus far. Okay.
I got a non-neutral judging here, but
I just love that it was all like the colonial stuff, and then you're just like country. I was like, oh, so the South that wanted to be its own country. Got it.
Taylor thinks that means Texas flags. That's hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Paige,
yes.
Think about a house other. Why am I reading these questions? You wrote them.
I remember.
Next question, Paige?
I was pre-COVID. I don't remember anything.
Go to a different. You could go to a different picture.
I don't
too.
want to.
Oh, okay.
Think I'm in charge.
Oh, I know.
Think about a house other than your own in which you had a lot of good times. In 5 words, what made it awesome?
Oh my gosh, my grandparents' house. Just I can remember lots of wood. Always smelled like Italian food. They had like a brown and orange plaid couch and then a brown and orange shag rug. Like I can be there right now. And my grandmother had this drawer that was like 2 feet wide full of costume jewelry. This is not phrases and bullets. I'm sorry. But anyway, I can see that lots of brown and orange and just a lot of like warmth and stuff. It was great. So,
that sounds so fun.
It was fun.
That sounds so fun. Okay. My grandmother's still alive. She's 97. And I too am going to say her house, she has velvet wallpaper and it's so great. And my mom, actually, the last time she was there, took a square, and I want to have it framed into my house. It's like my favorite.
Yeah.
I can see the closets because my cousins and I, there's 58 of us, and we would put on all the things that my aunts had, like for their weddings, like their hats that no one would do now today, and we would play in that. The carpet absolutely used to be so thick, and I don't even know what it was. She has like, what is this? It's a heater, and if you go to one side and you talk through it, then a cousin on the other side can listen.
How fun is that?
So we did that, and then also we get measured on the wall. So I'm with you, friend. That's so fun. This is fun, Taylor. Okay, one more.
Final question.
That's a good question.
Okay, sorry. This is nice. Oh, this is
These
lovely.
are such well-written questions.
I mean, someone buy this book.
Like
All right,
pre-COVID brain.
I'm paraphrasing the last question, so if it isn't as good, it's not Paige's fault. But we're kind of wrapping a couple of them together.
Okay.
So we've already talked about these two houses, the houses you grew up in and the houses that you really liked. What of those are like, which of those do you feel apply to your current home?
Mm.
And if something isn't there, why not? And how are you going to fix it? Go, Paige. Don't blow the lead. You're winning.
Wow. Okay. This is like a minute left with a ball and I dribble off my foot. No.
That's right. I love
Well, I mean, it's hard to dribble anywhere else. We saw that earlier.
Nice, Taylor.
Yes, you're right.
And she was going to come back.
They never let me dribble. That was a rule in the post. No, look, I mean, my grandmother's house had a lot of stuff. I'm a big maximalist. She also changed seasonally, like the Dickens. She definitely decorated for every like patriotic holiday, like red, white, and blue. You know. I think we just are expressing the seasons in the way my grandparents do, which I love. And I think I have a lot of stuff from their house in my house, which means a lot. So I feel like I have her glass. I love her brown glasses. I have her linens. I have other things. You know, for my parents' house, I mean, my mom really was like the first person, I think, is her family to like hire a decorator and like have a scheme and use color and be choosy and picky and like go and spend money on stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm constantly balancing like the needs of our family, not at all buying into I have to buy expensive, but then like, discerning like where are we going to spend money and like put our money into something that's going to last. So although I could overnight furnish a house from the thrift store and be totally happy, like, and really, I feel like with my parents, they're like, well, let's also buy for longevity. And I feel like that's a big piece, something that I learned from them.
Mm-hmm. No, I like that. I think because I bought this house. About that. Well, my house is so hard now because it's a mid-century modern, and the way that it was designed, it's a piece of art. Like the house itself, it doesn't lend itself to be decorated. The house is like, I'm good, thank you. It's like,
I know the feeling.
That is a challenge.
Please stop. So there, I've had to figure out because I did like how many pictures we had like at my parents, and so I do have a spot, and it's like our pictures of our family in New York City with a professional photographer that was printed on metal. Like it's like ridiculous. That would not be what my parents would have, but it's kind of like my way. And then my grandmother, the only piece of artwork that I have up in the house is she always signed all of her cards to each of us, like to the grandkids, which there's 58 grandkids, 98 great grand, and there's still more to be had. Anyway, she would sign, I love you very, very much, Grandma. So I got 2 canvases and I had her write, I love you very, very much in paint on one and Grandma on the second. And that's all that hangs in my hallway. So that's how I've like carried her, you know what I mean? Which isn't exactly her home, but it's the feeling of what she gave me in her home. Does that make sense? So that's kind of what I did.
Well, first of all, handwriting is so big to me. Like there's something about handwriting in someone's hand. And I mean, I can remember my grandmother died. Like I just stared at her hands. It's very weird, very weird. But
no,
but it is like those are the hands that like took care of babies and cooked for us and wrote. And it's funny. My grandmother would write, love you so much. Love you so much. And it's funny, she's passed away, but I'm gonna blow that up. Do something with it. Because it's like, it's very meaningful, meaningful.
I love it. I love it. Well,
Mm.
Paige, this has been fantastic. Friend, where can people name the books? Where can people find you? This is your moment. This
Oh
is your
my
this is
gosh.
the big Meryl Streep moment. Make it
Meryl.
dramatic.
Okay, I'll get real down. No, first of all, it's been such an honor. So this is the most fun thing of my whole year of 2022 by 1,000%, first of all. And thank you very much for having me. And
Oh,
I spend
thank
way
you.
too much time on Instagram. So if you want to find me, I'm probably there, probably then going to respond to you immediately. A lot of antics on there and stories. And then my books are sold wherever books are sold. Love the House You're In, especially if you're just starting and you're confused or stuck or whatever. A lot of exercises for the house there. And Revived and Renovated is a book about, fusing our Christian faith with our journey and our work in our home. And so, yeah, they're both for everybody. But
I love it. I love it, friend. Well, this has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. We'd love to have you again. Next time I won't invite Taylor.
Like I was the problem today.
He's the reason you can hear me all. Come on, Taylor, the bearded wonder. I have a crush
the
on him.
bearded wonder. Great. He needed a new nickname. Oh, geez. Now you're his favorite guest. You guys, thank you so much. Make sure to visit Paige and all the things. Don't go anywhere. You are tuned into It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison.
I love it.